Hi, all. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this new episode of the podcast Life Inside Out. It's me, Ranjit Nair, and I have with me Sai. Hi, Sai.
Hi Ranjit.
So, we both are here again with a new episode of the podcast. And today we are going to focus on relationships and why we miss certain relationships. And also why sometimes we feel guilty and regret when we lose certain relationships. So that's the topic for today, and we will be having a conversation on this topic in today's episode.
This time I have a question from a dear friend of mine, and I've known him from childhood.
Uh,
After he saw two of our videos, so he sent me a question and he wanted me to ask you. So I thought of, directly reading a message which he sent, right? So I'll just read out the question, and I do correlate to the question which he has asked. Hi Ranjit, I have recently come to realize that my relationship ended because of my actions. But it took me too long to understand that. When I tried to reach out to my partner afterward, she wasn't interested in continuing the relationship. Now I'm overwhelmed with guilt and regret, feeling like I have lost something truly important. This is affecting my ability to focus on anything else. How can I move past this and find peace? And the reason I correlate to this question is because there was a point in my life where I was also in his shoes, right? And he himself is right now going through it. And he wanted me to ask this question to you and see, why does this happen?
so it's an interesting question, and I'm glad we are interacting on this question, Sai. Uh, so since you mentioned that this is something which you relate to and you have also experienced in your life,
Yes.
so my first question to you is when you
Hmm.
are in relationship with your partner, you are experiencing something from your partner which you like.
Yes. Hmm.
So my question is, what is that you enjoyed or you enjoyed receiving from your partner?
For me, it's the way she used to love me. The kind of care, attention, which she gave it to me. That was what really loved, in my relationship with her. Yeah.
So it's glad that you said that the care, attention, correct,
Hmm.
and the love. Uh, See, what happens generally, Sai, is that when we when we are attracted to someone or when we like being with someone, we like being with someone because somewhere that someone is fulfilling something for us.
Okay.
Okay, so in your case, as you mentioned, the whole reason why you enjoyed being with your partner is because the attention that you got, the
Hmm.
care that you got. Correct. So it was the care and attention that you were
Hmm.
getting, which was making that relationship fulfilling or you feeling good about that relationship.
Hmm.
Okay. So it's about what you are getting out of it.
Okay.
It's the attention and care.
Okay.
So what it means, Sai, is that somewhere you want that kind of attention and care for
Hmm.
yourself. So, and that's why you like being in that relationship. Okay. Yeah. So does that make sense, like what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It makes sense. Yes.
So that is the key reason why you are being in that relationship. Okay. So it's all about you.
Hmm.
And the day you don't get that, or the day you are, day when you see you are not in that relationship, you will miss that care and attention.
Okay.
Correct? So essentially, what I'm trying to tell you, Sai, is that the reason why you miss your partner
Mm-hmm.
is because you are not receiving or getting the care and attention that you want for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So it's the care and attention. So that's the first thing that is very important to understand, is that it's the care and attention within us which was being
Mm.
provided by someone else. And that's why you were enjoying that relationship.
Okay. Okay. So in this case, the reason I was experiencing regret was because she was providing me something, and which was fulfilling me, and then as it was not as it's not fulfilling me anymore, as she's not there, so I was, I'm again, trying to go back into the relationship. Is that what is my understanding right?
See, generally, what happens in relationships, what we don't understand is we, as I was saying, like we get something out of the relationship from the
Okay.
partner. But that is something which is what we are craving for or what we want for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is what we are looking. That's why we value the relationship. That's why we feel fulfilled in the relationship. Okay,
Okay.
so the moment you know that you have been responsible for, like you said, the moment you feel that you have been responsible for breaking that relationship, or for the moment like you have been responsible for not allowing for you to get that fulfillment, that care and attention for you,
Hmm.
what happens is you hold yourself as the culprit.
Okay.
You hold yourself as the culprit for disallowing yourself that care and attention which you are getting from the partner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you hold yourself as the culprit. And when you hold yourself as the culprit, obviously you will feel guilty about it. You will feel regret because you are uh, putting the blame somewhere on yourself
Mm-hmm.
for what, doing something which has broken that relationship, or doing something which has stopped me giving you access to that care and attention.
Okay.
So you now feel regret. You feel, as you said, guilty about it.
Okay. So Ranjit, does it mean that all the relationships which we have with others, have an underlying transaction? I mean, if I put it in the right way, or a certain need?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. See, majority of the relationships that we have,
Hmm.
uh, that's we have is, it's like give and take, give and receive, kind
Mm-hmm.
of relationship. And what I mean by that is, see, majority of us feel fulfilled in the relationship because something about us is getting fulfilled in that relationship.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes it could be we are getting a partner who is trusting us.
Mm-hmm.
We get a partner who makes us feel secure.
Hmm.
Sometimes we get a partner who gives us the attention and acknowledgement that we require. Or
Okay.
sometimes we get we like to be with the partner who values us, or gives worth to us, makes us feel worthy. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see that these are all the things which makes the relationship fulfilling.
Okay.
So, and that is why it's when our need, when
Hmm.
our need gets fulfilled, that's when through a relationship, that's when we start feeling fulfilled in that relationship.
Okay.
So as I said, it could be various things that are getting fulfilled, but it is getting fulfilled for us.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's always getting fulfilled. So to your question about whether it's a transaction, see, unconsciously we are doing that. We are fulfilling our need through our partner.
Okay.
And that's when we feel fulfilled in that relationship.
Okay.
So that's what happens, like, uh, in the relationship generally.
Okay, so that the reason when any kind of relationship breaks, we we feel like, we want to be with that person, we try to chase them, or we are attached to them, that something of which we are getting from them is fulfilling us,
Yeah.
right? Then what is the best way to be in any kind of relationship where we are who we are, and we are not, depending on the, things which we are getting from them. I mean, for some reason, when you are explaining me how a relationship is formed, when an unconscious relationship forms, it's more transactional, right? But I definitely would want to prefer to be in any kind of relationship where, I'm not dependent on the other person, right? That way, it's not transactional, but there is only love, in any kind of relationship, right? So how can one, achieve that? I mean, if is my question clear?
Yeah, I think there are two, three things which you mentioned in this question. Correct. The
Hmm.
first thing you mentioned about in every relationship, there is a person is seeking for something and trying to get it from the other partner.
Huh.
Okay, so that's what you
Yes.
mentioned. And then you mentioned about can I be in a relationship where I am not dependent on
Yes.
correct? Can I be? So let me first focus on the first part,
Hmm.
wherein, like, in relation, everyone is seeking for something. Correct.
Hmm.
See, it's true that everyone is seeking for something. That's how is in the relationship. And as you also rightly said, that's the reason uh, why we feel desperate to go back into relationship if we have lost that relationship.
Yeah.
That's why we feel uh, a need to be with the partner again if we have lost that relationship. Why? Because
Hmm.
that relationship was fulfilling something for us.
Okay.
Okay. And we were feeling fulfilled because that part of us which was normally not fulfilled
Hmm.
was getting fulfilled through that relationship.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first part. So it's important that to understand, Sai, is that in that first part is that for everyone, for all of us, consciously and unconsciously, we have certain part of us which is unfulfilled for us. It could be
Hmm.
trust, as I said, it could be trust. We seeking for trust of others. We are seeking for acknowledgement of others to feel good. We are seeking for love of others. Okay, we are seeking for security from others. So there is something which always helps us to feel fulfilled through others. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's the first part, and that's why we feel fulfilled in the relationship. And
Hmm.
to your question about whether we can be independent of this,
Hmm.
dependent of. So the most important thing we have to understand, first thing I have to understand is whatever we are fulfilling is where it is within us.
Hmm.
Right? It is within us. That trust or recognition or attention, it's all within us. Correct.
Hmm.
So if we ourselves try to fulfill that,
Hmm.
okay, if we try to fulfill that ourselves, then what will happen is it's like a container. If
Okay.
you imagine ourselves as a container, correct, and we have filled that container.
Hmm.
Okay. Once the container is filled, the container will not seek for the same thing from outside, correct?
Agree.
What it will do is it might give it in abundance. It will start giving that part to others in the
Hmm.
relation. So it's very important that we fill that within ourselves,
Hmm.
whether it is whatever it is, whether it is attention, whether it is love, acknowledgement, whatever it is, it's important that we fill it within ourselves first.
Okay.
So when we fill it within ourselves, that neediness, that desperation, uh, correct? That whole need for needing it from others, that dependency dissolves,
Hmm.
and you become independent in the relationship. And what I mean by independent is you don't put the what we say, the weight of your need on your partner.
Yeah. Okay.
You're getting it? Else,
Hmm.
what happens is you might be getting fulfilled through your partner.
Hmm.
He or she might be giving you the attention, but the moment he or she doesn't give the attention, you will feel bad, you will feel
Hmm.
annoyed, you will feel frustrated, angry, correct? So what is happening is you're putting your weight of expectations on your partner.
Hmm.
But if you feel it yourself,
Hmm.
then that weight will not come because you are not
Okay.
dependent on them, and it will be more of a balanced relationship.
Okay.
You're getting it? It will be more of a balanced relationship that you will have.
So, Ranjit, thanks for sharing that. Now I can clearly see how, I mean, something which was not, how I was, I mean, getting fulfillment through, I mean, love and affection through her, right? Not something which, I was giving it to myself, right? So I think that is the reason, I mean, I was experiencing guilt and, regret that my actions have, I mean, made my relationship did not work. Okay. So how do I currently, I mean, move past this, I mean, and, I mean, experience peace where I don't want to dwell more onto the past, but focus more on my present so that, I can create a better future myself.
So I think I'm glad you asked this question, Sai, because whatever we discussed till now, it naturally continues to this what you
Yeah.
just asked, correct? Uh, See, when you ask like you want to move past this, see
Hmm.
what we have to understand is what are you moving past through?
Hmm.
Okay. So the whole thing, what is that what you have realized and what you just mentioned is you know that you had a dependency for that care and affection for some to some,
Yes.
correct? So that is why your regret is there. That is
Yes.
why that guilt is there because you had you were getting fulfilled through someone and you had that dependency on someone.
Correct.
So the most important thing for you to move past this is to make yourself self-sufficient
Hmm.
with care and affection.
Okay.
Okay, instead of depending on someone, you give or you create that care and affection for yourself.
Hmm.
Okay, you create that care and affection for yourself. You have a caring and affectionate relationship with your own self.
Hmm.
Okay, the more you will have that, less you will try to reach out outside.
Okay.
Correct? You will less you will reach out outside because you are internally fulfilling it yourself.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's the more you do that, more you will come out of that desperation or the need to
Hmm.
receive it from someone else. And that's
Okay.
how you will move past that. So you essentially move past from your need to get something from someone to getting fulfilled through you.
Okay. Okay.
And it's it's important to also know is like care and affection is something you can get through many things. Like
Hmm.
you can take care of yourself if you like. For suppose if you like to pamper yourself,
Hmm.
correct? You like to pamper yourself, or if you like to go for a walk yourself, go to the nature yourself, correct? These are all, or you want to buy something for yourself
Hmm.
so that you feel good about it. Correct? These are various things in which you can give that care and attention to yourself.
Hmm.
Okay? The more you do that to yourself and acknowledge it, more you
Hmm.
do that to yourself, and so you will start feeling more care and attention, and you will naturally start looking less outside to receive it from someone.
Okay. It makes absolute, mean sense. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Ranjit. I mean, I could clearly, relate to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it is. Wonderful, Steve. Thanks for bringing these questions.
Anytime, Ranjit. And as always, thanks for answering all my questions.
You're always welcome, Sai. And yeah, thanks everyone for listening to it. I hope it was insightful and it could benefit you and it could help you in enhancing your own life and the way you live. So thanks for doing this. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.